Hiya! Today we are going to do a northern style dish called chaga, which is a turmeric infused fried fish. In this case I'm using the local sea bass, and it's normally served over vermicelli noodles with a lot of dill. We use a lot of dill in the north. I'm going to do a variation on it because that's just what I do, and I'm also going to serve it along in a kind of a soupy broth type thing. Several years ago I went up to Ha Noi Bay and had this really amazing broth up there. Ha Noi is about 4 or 5 hours east of Hanoi, and the soup that I had there one night was just like mind-blowing. It's one of those meals that you have that you will always remember the rest of your life as like, that was the best thing I've ever had. And this was one of them. It was this, I believe it was clams in this broth that was sweet and sour, and it had tomatoes and pineapple, and this one, I had at the time I had starfruit in it, and a boatload of dill, like tons of dill. And I remember eating this thing thinking, this is the best thing I've ever eaten. And I've always meant to recreate it and never did. So I'm gonna do a variation on that now. So what you need to do first is go buy your fish. So what I did is I went to Benton Market like bright and freaking early in the morning because it's the best time to go. And have some pretty good friendships going on with some of the ladies, and just went and took a look and see what I could get there. So I ended up bringing home some local sea bass, the chấm, I believe it's called, and this turns out to be, when I brought it home after it's been cleaned, this is about 350 grams of fish. It's enough to feed 2 people. I'm a little bit of a greedy pig, so I'll probably eat the whole thing today. Also, I brought home the bones to make stock for the soup. So, go ahead and show you how I did that next, because me being, who I am, I tend to complicate my life sometimes. So you could use just regular fish stock as a soup base for this, but because I'm French-ish and I have a lot of wine hanging around, I did what's a traditional French FUMET. Normally it has some fennel in it, but I want to use some fresh herbs, whatever you can find at the market. And here's the process for that. So you can just go ahead and freeze that fish stock. It freezes beautifully. I went ahead and made it yesterday, so it's in the fridge now waiting. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do, you need to marinate your fish in all these wonderful herbs and spices, and we'll go ahead and do that now. So, get a bowl and your spice is ready. Okay, so in a bowl, add some plain yogurt, the kind with no sugar. Go ahead and add about 1.5 teaspoons of ground turmeric. I'm also going to add a little bit of galangal. This time I juiced it. I have a juicer at home, but you can always grate this in. Probably about a tablespoon or so. Go ahead and add that in. A minced clove of garlic and some shallots. A handful of chopped dill. And a good splotch or so of fish sauce. Give that a stir. And I happen to have that handy here. So go ahead and carefully place all your fish in your gorgeously colored marinade. So make sure each piece gets coated evenly, and you're going to want to let this sit in the refrigerator for about an hour. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and finish the soupy, brothy part of this recipe. Bring your fish stock to a simmer. Go ahead and add about teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of sugar, and for the sourness, I'm going to add a little bit of tamarind water. And some pineapple chunks. Let that simmer for about 5 minutes. A few minutes before serving, add some chopped tomatoes. So it's been about an hour now, and went and did some emails, looked at stuff online as one does. Get a hot pan going now. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit and add a little bit of oil. I added a little bit of olive oil to mine. And now I'm going to go ahead and fry on both sides my pieces of fish. Some of these pieces are larger than the others, so they'll obviously take a little bit more time, but go ahead and put that in your hot pan. I love dill. So potent, so strong. Go ahead and remove, what are these called? Fronds. Just kind of chop these up finely with some green onions, and I used a little bit of the Vietnamese basil, and I mixed it with some vermicelli noodles. So I have a bowl of that going over here. I also have some hot soup in another bowl. So I'm going to try it that way. It's what I love. Put some noodles in there as well. Woo! And then with a new pair of chopsticks, go ahead and carefully place some of your fish on top. Traditionally, you have a little dipping sauce on the side. You can make your own nước, chấm. I've made a few recipes, variations of that before in other videos. Or kind of one of my go-to these days is soy sauce mixed with Sichuan chili oil, which I've made here a vat of. I might do a little video on that one day. This is really potently spicy and delicious, and I just did it on everything, and you will too. Back to the fish. Go ahead and just place some gently on top of your bowl of noodles. Oops, this one piece broke. No matter, I'll eat you anyway. There you have it, my variation on chaka with the normal way on top of vermicelli noodles, and then this one has a little bit of the soupy brothy stuff I made, so I'm going to go ahead and have a little sip of that now. I love this sweet sour contrast in this one. God, so good. Could cure everything. Love it. Anyway, hope you have a nice rest of the week, and today is Independence Day in Vietnam, so happy holidays. See you next week. Bye. Oh, so good. I'm such a greedy pig.